CWL, CWL is my first EFED and I've been part of it for about 4 years now. For those who don't know exactly what an EFED is, basically it's a wrestling federation often created using original characters and concepts based on wrestling video games. I'm part of many EFEDs nowadays and I even run my own one, and I was heavily inspired to do so by the subject of today's list, CWL, who are currently taking a break after their biggest show, Endgame. As the head honchos and producers get to work on Year 5 and try to prep us all for the changes that are abounding, I figured what the hell, why not try to endorse it by sharing what 10 matches that I like the mostest. It was difficult to pin this list down just to 10, but dang it, the promotion comes up with new ways to elevate itself, and it's up to yours, truthlessly, to hit it with some signatures, go for the cover, and hope that it doesn't kick out at 2.999, so let's do this thing. Number 10, Entertainer vs Kelly Miller, Genesis, All Due Respect. I'm gonna keep it a buck on it, which y'all, I did almost put Jake Newhall vs 13 on this list, but watching the matches back to back, I just had more fun with this one. I mean, it's hard not to enjoy a match between a psychopathic jester and a hulking brute in a nightmare skull mask, wink, and it gets easier to enjoy with its pacing throughout. Props to Kelly Miller especially for hanging in there against the Entertainer and also getting a big win over him. It's difficult to look like the giant monster hill but be the badass babyface, and Entertainer himself even gets downright savage during this match, and it's a fun, well-paced affair with a great closing sequence too. Number 9, Anarchy Inc. vs Shelton, Pox and Christie, Genesis episode 1.29. The second and last Genesis match on this list, as well as the only weekly TV episode thing on here, sees Anarchy Inc. putting their CWL tag titles on the line against the endearing pairing of Christie and Shelton Pox. There was some solid tag team wrestling in Season 4, and this is the second best example. We'll get to the first way later. Shelton Pox especially shines in this match, making his and Chris's seemingly random pairing look like solid tag psychology. They come so close to taking the tag titles off of Anarchy, who were having a hell of a run by that point, by the way, and while the champs would retain after a blistering back and forth, it was still a great showing by all involved. Number 8, Ryan Quinn vs Brian Black vs Alex Perez vs Connor Gates, Shadow Band. This is the first of a trilogy involving my wrestler, the Ankirst Connor Goatman. The dude had a pretty great year, helped by the fact that he would become a 2-time Nemesis Heavyweight Champion, but before that would be this charming little ditty with Bran Flakes, Ryan the Quinner of the match, and Alex Sickboy Perez. All 4 of them would wrestle an absolutely entertaining match, with Connor seemingly trying to get the boots in everyone especially. There's great double submission spots as one of the last moments of the match, there's great character work from Perez, and amazing exchanges between all 4 men, and Ryan putting in a big brain play to walk out with the gold. Great stuff. Number 7, the Supremacy Rumble had Supremacy. It's physically impossible to hate a Rumble regardless of the winner. Sure, the final flavour of Connor Gates, Toricon, Johnny Gemini, Gritarian, and MD was all great, but there was amazing action leading to that point as well. There was the odd surprise return here and there, amazing debuts, it's all the fun of the Rumble fair. It's also got great character moments like Harris tapping into his inner Evil Dead and going on a murder spree, Alexander William Black having a solid mini-match, main roster appearances from Golden Mask and Blade fucking Coleman. It's all there and it's all worth it, with the closing moments and Taurus Shock win adding so much to it all. Number 6. Brian Black vs Samuel Black, no relation, vs Dr. Wrestling Jr. vs Connor Gates, vs Drake Harrison vs Alex Perez vs Ken Warlock vs Gruul Katak, Merry Mayhem. That was quite a mouthful, but at the very least it rounds out the Connor Gates Does Good Wrestles trilogy of this list. There's also the fact that for a match with this many men in it, it has a pleasant bunch of moments to it. Yeah, there is a fair share of botches, but there's also my favourite spot of Year 4 with Connor landing a down in flames to Bran, only to then get hit by a single bound from Drake. It's really good. There's also the fact that entering champion Gruul Katak was eliminated in the first half of the match, so a new champion was guaranteed. The last 2 are Connor and eventual winner Doc Wrestling Jr., but I still pop each time Connor kicks out of that first apple a day, only to fall to the second one. Big silly stuff, but a big silly good match. Number 5, Selena Adams vs Scout McKenzie vs Cassidy Clark vs Jada King, Endgame. I mean, at least one Endgame match had to be on here somewhere. It's not the only Endgame match on this list, but damn it if it isn't a fun match to watch with a lot of story. Former Vindication Women's Champion Scout McKenzie and Selena Adams, former Nemesis Women's Champion Cassidy Clark, who lost it to the current gold holder Jada King. It's so good. All 4 women go right after each other, with winner of the match Selena hitting each of them with 630 at least once, and she even breaks up a fucking pin with it. It is a botch-heavy affair at times, especially with the closing moments of the match do drag it down for me, but that's not to take away the goddamn sweat and sheer hard work that these 4 ladies put in to close out the biggest show of the year. Number 4, Cassidy Clark... God damn it. Number 4, Cassidy Clark vs Callie Kaplan Iron Woman match, Battle Lines. As if the previous entry weren't enough of an indication, this is where we're getting into proper great stuff here. Iron Women matches can be tricky with AI, as can Iron Man matches, but for this 20-minute spectacle, they get it so damn right. It starts off fairly cordial and friendly between the two, who are friends, but it soon becomes a great back and forth with amazing sequences and surprise escapes and kickouts. Sure, it does become a finisher spamming fest in the last 5 minutes, but when Cassidy claws her way back to make the score 6-5 to Callie, gets that last blessing in disguise in, and the ref barely counts to 2 before the timer expires, it's proper grab your chest and make sure you're still breathing wrestling. AKA the best kind of wrestling. Number 3, Pistolero vs Harris Iron Tables match, 0 Hour. Oh my goodness, oh my damn, oh my god, the story going into this match was going ham. Pistolero and Harris in a number 1 contender match for Michael Young's Vindication Heavyweight Championship, the title he beat Harris for in the first place, and Pistolero, the eventual new member of Star Jammer LLC, alongside Michael. This is easily the most brutal match on this list, and it starts well for Harris going 2-0, then Pistolero goes into overdrive mode to get 2 points back, Harris makes it 3-2 to him, and with 7 seconds left, Pisto done makes it a tie. And that handsome chairman restarts the match, and it's a 9-minute scramble to smash that last table, with Pisto walking out on top after a great final exchange. Number 2, Anarchy Inc. vs Star Jammer LLC, Titan Clash. This was almost my number 1, and I'm pretty sure that is number 1 in many others' lists as well. I don't blame you, as this just may be the best tag title match that CWL has ever had, especially with the story going in. Jay Scott and Rodrigo Delgado challenging Jay Goodnitro and his partner for the night, Brian Black, and all 4 men just go at it. Roddy D especially stands out, but neither he nor Jay could afford to quit, which is odd as they were the heels going into this match. That is part of what makes this admittedly great bout number 2, but that doesn't change the fact that the match was fantastic. All 4 men shine wonderfully, even if the emotion felt a little bit off, but still, a great conclusion and a great match, but not the best. Number 1, John Spartacus vs BMS, Endgame. But if there was one match where that emotion was earned, it was this one. A slowly built feud going back years ago in both men's histories, the biggest match of BMS's since his return, and John Spartacus' final match. I don't think any match on this list made me want to jump out of my seat and cheer more than this one, nor did any match make me come so damn close to crying. In fact, I think I did like a tear by the time this one was over. The fact that John opens with a Centurion Spear is brilliant, and the two wage an absolute war with each other after that. Each pin and submission attempt mattered, and when John held out for as long as he could against BMS's submissions before his body gave way and he tapped, it just took me away. I understand if others might not put this super high or even put this on their own lists at all, but I felt a lot for this match, and while I am sad that a hero is leaving, I am damn happy that this fight exists. So let's all say it one last time. Thank you, Sparta. And that is my list. I know for a fact that some of you out there will disagree with me, and I fully embrace that. And I embrace you. There was a lot of vulnerable mentions that I asked as well, mostly from Genesis, but who knows, they could be more prominent on the list I'll probably do next year if this one is a hit. Let's see, what's next? Oh, night 3 of the Golden Path tournament tonight, the quarterfinals, that's kind of important. Next video will probably be Ultimate Fighter episode review tomorrow, maybe Music of the Week the day after that, aka Saturday. And that'll about do it for the future promotion. And, I won't be able to get a lot of videos done next week, because I won't be streaming at all until like next Friday for a random gaming thing, but I do want to get the part up of the Golden Path tournament. There is one I have to edit, because last night's stream was a bit all over the place, so I do need to sort that out, but hopefully I won't experience any troubles tonight or tomorrow night, which is going to be the finals. So, yeah, wish me luck, but that'll about do it. I've promoted all I need to promote, I've said all I need to say, and as always, thank you for watching, you're awesome. Bye-bye.